All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian Rodriguez, Chair for the Town of Miami Lakes Youth Activities Task Force. Today is September 19th, 2024. I'm going to call this regularly scheduled meeting to order at 7:05 p.m. All right. And on a roll call, you can also name that Brian Rodriguez, Chair for the Town of Miami Lakes Youth Activities Task Force. Today is September 19th, 2024. I'm going to call this.
No, there we go.
Brian Rodriguez.
Present.
Vanessa Costa.
Present.
Ariana is present. Angelica Torres. Present. Leila Correa. Roman Amador. Gabriela Vega. Present. Lily Prieto. Present. Ana Soto. Present. Pilar Hernandez.
Right.
And then, Juan Jimenez.
Present.
And Melanie Alves. Present.
Perfect with woman. Sorry if your name is not on the agenda. I will. Awesome. Move on to item 3, public comments. Are there anyone in the room that would have any public comments to the committee?
My name is Philip, as some of you know. I go to Bowman and I've participated in a bunch of the task force, events, since my freshman year. I've been participating in the Halloween event. I'm in my junior year now and hope to do the same for this year. And I was just hoping to come into full circle and possibly have a position in joining the committee.
Awesome, awesome. I would recommend talking to the clerk's office and putting in a application.
Okay.
Mhm. Any other public comments?
Yes, Vanessa Costa, Vice Chair, Youth Activities Task Force. My public comment, I just wanted to share with the committee, that in light of the last meeting's conversations about the flag event, I'm really excited to share that, a partnership with Ms. Soto and myself, as well as Ernie played a role in that and helping us out. We were able to revive the event, and we planted, 1,500, a little more than 1,500 flags at Veterans Park. It was a great success. Obviously, since the committees that were in charge of that, they were unable to do it. We kind of took it on our end with the help of the vice mayor. And it was a beautiful thing, I think, so, right, Ms. Soto?
Yes.
So it was a very nice thing. So I just wanted to share, I want to thank this committee, that we found out about that, just in time, that it was a little rushed, but within a week, we were able to put everyone together and get it done. So I just wanted to share that.
I also want to thank Michael Poots and Larry from the Veterans Committee. I don't have his last name off the top of my head, but they were instrumental to helping us organize it as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Bruce, you. Any more public comments? Seeing none, public comments is now closed. We'll move on to item 4, adoption minutes. Take a few minutes to read over the minutes of the last meeting.
I have 2 objections. The first one, under 9A, the notes say, Brian shuts down the idea since it's not legal. I don't want to be misquoted for the idea proposed. It can be legal. So I don't want to be like, it makes it seem like I propose something that's completely illegal, and I don't want that to.
I'll move to amend the language to Brian recommends the idea not be pursued since he does not think it's legal.
That's right, yeah. And my second objection is, when I stated at the end of the meeting, the aspect of the Christmas, it was not put on the agenda. And my objection to the fact that it was a holiday, and I think that should be taken into consideration for the meeting, so.
Is there a second to my
Do we
amendment?
have a motion? First of all, you have the motion.
Okay, yeah, so a motion to,
Open.
There was no motion.
I moved to amend. Yeah, I did move.
9A.
So there is a motion and there's a
Second?
second. I'll second that.
Okay,
and
all those in favor?
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
okay,
Seeing
so
none, motion passes.
a motion to amend that other statement about the Christmas aspect.
Which
Okay.
one are you referring to exactly?
Uh,
What page and what letter?
And what do you want to amend?
9C, where the aspect of, because it ended at within the season, where Maritz talked about the aspect of inclusivity and all that stuff. And we obviously had a very extensive conversation about it. I stated my opinion on it. I don't think it's been being recorded on the past meeting minutes, and I think it should.
I still don't see the sentence. Are you trying to remove? a
So we have-
sentence or add a
No, I'm,
sentence? I'm not-
the statement I'm making is that what I said is not being considered, and wasn't put on the.
Through the chair. I do see here, it says, quote, Diane disagrees with the name and the committee discusses it.
Right, technically,
Well,
so
Moritz,
technically,
Moritz can agree with it, and we also discussed about it, and there was a whole paragraph about how you disagree with it. When I said at the end, for the record, Christmas is the only, it might be not, I even, maybe misquoting myself. But when I stated that Christmas was the only event that was a national holiday, and I believe that it should be addressed and with a more serious connotation, and not in a joking manner we did last time, it wasn't put on the agenda, period. So I do ask that that be recorded onto the meeting.
Or if anything, I'd like to make a motion to strike everything after, the first three sentences, so after Diane disagrees with the name and the committee discusses it, period. I'll move to strike anything that about
Well,
what
yeah, because it makes you look bad, Moritz, because you argued that during you're saying basically,
hold on, we have two motions right now, we need to go off of your motion first.
right, but I'm making the case off what he's saying, because he's completely striking what he said when it's in the public record, like it's in the meeting.
Exactly, anybody can search it up. I have no problem with what I said, I stand with what I said, and I'll say it again. And
Right, so why would you take it off?
well, because you're objecting to the fact that why is there so much about me disagreeing with it, but nothing about your argument? So in order to, understand your point and making sure that it's all fair and equal, I just moved to strike everything I said, so that way you don't feel like
Yeah,
there's
but-
more mention about my name
But
than yours.
my statement about what should be added to the meeting minutes has nothing to do with what you said. I made the argument based on what was written by the secretary. And I think the equal in this aspect should be to include what I said, not to disregard what you said. So,
So are you trying to add something then? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes,
So
I'm
delete,
trying
you
to
want
add what I-
Add to 9C?
Yes,
Is that what you're trying to do?
And you have
I
to
thought-
say the exact phrase that
That's
you
what
want to
you
add.
want to say. You need to say, I would like to add this sentence. What is it?
Alright, so we have a motion, do we have a second for? Diane,
What's the motion through the chair?
I still don't know what his motion is.
can you read the
give me a
motion?
second. My motion is to add, to the meeting minutes from last time, the statement that I made about Christmas being the only legal religious holiday, and the fact that it should be taken on with more of a serious connotation, and that in the future, it should be considered further.
Okay, so that's the motion, do we have a second? Seeing no second, the motion dies.
Point of order,
I'm sorry?
point of order. I don't think this is not even like, why would I need a second to add something to the meeting minutes?
Through the chair, if you make a motion, it requires a second, and then it requires a majority approval by the committee. And I just want to say also that technically speaking, the town clerk has made it clear to the committees that the minutes don't even need to include anything other than the motion. So this is already, I'm really grateful to Ariana that she takes the time to add even extra information onto the minutes, so that we kind of have a memory of what happened, but this is already way more than is required. I don't think everything that was stated at the meeting needs to be verbatim in the minutes.
Thank you.
So a motion to adopt the minutes as amended.
Do we have a second?
1 second.
We have a second, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Move on to item 5, order of business, no additions, deletions. I'm gonna motion to add item 5A, which is going to be. Just because we have a few new people here, how the committee works and how voting works and things like that when it comes to discussing items and voting on items. Do I have a second? So it's just basically committee work. We have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, the motion passes. I'm also going to make a motion to move item 9 before item 6. So it's gonna be the first thing we talk about today. Or after the item 5. Any second?
So second.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? Seeing none. Motion passes.
I'd like to move to item 5B.
I forgot the vote, sorry. That's my fault. For the last motion, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Perfect, motion passes.
Through the chair, I'd like to move to item 5B, the Miami Lakes Youth Leadership Award.
Perfect.
Second.
We have a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. Any more for item 5?
I'd like to add to the agenda for well, no, it's been moved out, but for the holiday festival, I'd like to speak about marketing and like put that as, what's the number now? 7?
But is it for that item?
Yeah.
Or
regardless
it
of-
could just say within that item. When we talk about the item. It doesn't have to be its own separate item. But if you want to, we could vote on
Okay, just one more.
it. Anything else for item 5? Perfect. We'll move on to item 5A. This is really quick. When it comes to the committee and how it works, first of all, we work under sunshine. So, and we also work under Robert's Rules of Order. First big thing with the sunshine law, you cannot communicate anything that's going on with this committee. If it has to come to a vote at one point, and you should not be sending text messages, emails, or calling any other committee members regarding a possible vote. That's including adding stuff to the agenda that could possibly be voted on, so please be mindful of when you send out emails, text messages, or call anyone. Robert's rules, I would recommend going to read it. It's not that long. You guys should, most of you guys should know there's decorum when it comes to the committee and how we act and how we do things. You don't talk out of place. Everyone goes through the chair and it goes through smoothly. Everyone will have a chance to speak. It's not jumping in and talking over people and fighting with each other. There is a decorum when it comes to these meetings. Other things, when the committee votes on something, the committee votes on something. It may not go your way, and I've had it happen to me plenty of times, being in this committee 13 years, where things have not gone my way and I just move on. You could wait until the next year and try again. A lot of you have seen me do that with the helicopter for Easter. I bring that thing up every single year.
No.
Ernie knows it.
Every year we tell you no.
That's fine, but that's how it works with the committee. You can try and try again, but once we vote on something, that's what it is for the committee. Okay? I wanted to let you guys know that that's how everything has always been in this committee. We work as a team. And at the end of the day, the committee votes on something, that's what we're gonna do. Okay? As well as the committee has to vote on everything we do, even when it comes to representing the committee at events and different things. Please make sure you come to the committee first and let us know what's happening, so we're all on the same page. Okay? And we could address our concerns here, and that's the same thing. When I go to a committee chair meeting, I come to you guys and ask you, hey, is there anything you guys want me to discuss at this committee chair meeting? You guys give me feedback, and that's what I do at the committee chair meetings, and I fight for you guys. So we all work as a team. I know Moritz has done it in the past. Ariana's been here forever and has gone through it with us. And I know Amador has seen it in all the other committees that you serve on. So please, guys, take that into consideration. When we vote on stuff, we vote on stuff for a reason. Everyone has an input, but at the end of the day, there's one decision. Okay? We're all appointed to this committee for a reason. Any questions or any other input into that? No? Perfect. We'll move on to item 5B, really quick from Moritz for the leadership award.
Yes, thank you, Chair. The mayor has approved us presenting the award at the State of the Town, which is on October 24th. So I'd like everyone to know that that's when we should be presenting the award. The mayor has cleared it. The mayor's assistant has requested that we, start the process fairly quickly in case, so that he has time to add any, things to the program, all the details. And yeah, so I have worked with Ernie as well as Jonathan from the communications department. The application is already fully active on our website, and it's a fully digital application, so it's a form, and I can show you guys really quickly what it looks like, but it's just a digital form under the YTF website. They can fill it out, they can attach necessary documents, whatever is needed and then submit it. And then we'll be able to get that. So it makes it a lot easier for the applicants. We have currently the deadline to apply as October 6th. That way it gives us time to select a winner and then also order the plaque.
So our next meeting would be October 17th.
Right. I thought that was a little too close to order the plaque,
Right,
so I was
I could always call an emergency. meeting.
that's what I was gonna ask, or, a committee meeting, subcommittee, whatever was needed, but that's why I put the deadline as Sunday, October 6th. So that way, hopefully we can meet that week, either if we wanna create quickly a subcommittee, that way you don't have to call a special call or whatever is needed. But we can decide the winner that week, and that way Ernie has time to order the plaque, so it's ready for the state of the town. But of course, the entire committee is invited to the state of the town, and we hope you guys are all there to present the award to our winner. There's also a flyer. I think I sent it to some of you guys, but if you haven't gotten it, reach out. I'll send it to you. We want you guys to promote it within your circles. It's the award, it's either a student who lives in town or that goes to a Miami Lakes school.
Correct.
And that has made a difference in their community through community service and / advocacy. Obviously, the students on the committee aren't eligible to apply, and they must be a senior.
Point of inquiry, I know it's just HMO is considered under that.
Correct. And this is going based off the Miami Lakes schools listed on the Education Advisory Board website of what are considered Miami Lakes schools.
Yeah.
And so those are the requirements. So I just wanted to quickly mention it. There's no GPA requirement but they are required to submit the GPA and transcript, and we're gonna be able to look at all of that. So please promote it. Let's try to get in a couple of applicants. And so that way, hopefully we have a good number to choose from. Unless we get a sponsor, which I haven't had the time to work on. It's not necessarily a money thing, but it is an honor that they are recognized at the state of the town by our mayor, by the entire council, and in front of the whole community. And that is in time for a lot of our seniors before early applications are due. And regular decisions. So it is, it gives them time to include it in their applications if they wish. I think it's a great timeline. So I highly encourage everybody to please share it with everyone you know. And then we'll touch base about when we're gonna meet that week.
Yeah, so I'll probably do a special call for that meeting, because I do want to keep our normally scheduled meeting for the 17th, no matter what, because that's our last meeting before Halloween. So I'll talk to Ernie about that, to figure out a day and a time, and you guys will get that email at least 48 hours in advance.
Through the chair. Yeah, just to avoid, just to like, for the sake of decorum and just knowing beforehand, can we just not, well, my question would be, can we just not create a special subcommittee and just have a date already?
So here's the thing with subcommittees, when it comes to subcommittees cannot vote, they have to bring it back to the committee no matter what. So I'm gonna have to call a special call meeting
Regardless.
They could only bring the recommendation to the committee, then the committee votes on it. It used to be a little bit different where the committee could make that decision, or the subcommittee could make the decision, but we don't have that power.
Real quick, the award, were you all okay with the award that was given to the student last time?
I don't remember it that much, but I remember it being nice. It was like a
Yeah.
glass one, right? With the
It was
back.
acrylic.
It was
Acrylic.
nice, yeah.
I thought it
You
was
want me to go with the same design?
Just change the year.
And the name.
Yeah, no, of course, of course.
Did we get it with the student's name last year?
We did.
We did. Okay, yeah, let's keep it up.
Is our logo on
It is,
it? Okay. good.
it's just, I asked for color. It was a whole lot of money.
Yeah, don't ask for color, it don't matter for color. Our logo's not that
No,
complicated.
if somebody wanted color.
Um,
Me?
You asked.
We get what we get. Okay, so move on. Anything else when it comes to the leadership award? Perfect. All right. We'll move on to technically item 9, because we moved it up, which is Halloween. I know Ernie has a few updates regarding Halloween fun.
Yeah, so guys, real quick, I'm very happy to announce that we received a sponsorship from Memorial for this year's Halloween. They are not the title, but they are the gold. And it's fantastic that we can do with all the money that we receive. That's truly a blessing to make our events better. They also added for the what was Movies at the Park, which is now changed you know, they also wanted to be a part of that as well. And they're going to be, if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, but I believe it's the title sponsor for Easter.
Yeah.
But either ways, we got monies for all those three events, which is, like I said, it's always a great thing to have, you know, that kind of, coming our way, so that's great. Also, moving real quick to Halloween, I had brought in, Lorenzo Correa, the town attorney, just to kind of clarify, so you all have an idea as to what is going on. So I did speak to him briefly on the possibility of maybe doing the trunk or treat for the Halloween event this year. He thought, as well as many, that it was a cool idea. However, there is a big issue, and I was wondering if Lorenzo, you could,
Yeah,
Take over.
it's just. The only way that I think the only way that it could work. And I think it would be too much of an onus on the people participating. Is if you have them sign individual agreements with this town. All right, but they're gonna hold us harmless in case anything happens to them. That they indemnify us if anybody gets sick of any candy that they sell, and they provide us individual insurances. I mean, that's what we would provide any commerce. It's a huge responsibility if we allow somebody to participate in a town where we're not gonna be able to control what they're giving out. And if somebody gets sick, then the town would be responsible. So, I mean, if it was done that way, it could be, but I don't think that's somebody that is an individual is gonna go ahead and take out insurance and do all the things that would be necessary. And that's what we require of all the vendors. Anytime we've had like food trucks that come to town and sell their food, we require them to, again, have those agreements, which, again, like I said, one of them is holding harmless. Holding harmless means if somebody gets hurt or something like that, we're not gonna hold the town responsible. Something happens to, hold harmless if something happens to them, they're not gonna hold the town responsible. And then indemnification, which means if somebody sues the town because of something that they did, they're gonna indemnify and defend us as a town, and then provide us insurance, just in case indemnify us. We gotta make sure that they got cash, to pay us for those harms. So
So.
my advice would be just not to do it.
I know other cities have done it, and that's why I brought it up the first time here. I know City of Naples does a giant trunk or treat.
Okay.
Like, when I say giant, I mean like over 200 cars.
Okay.
Plus their regular Halloween event. It was just to add something different. I know that, I don't think doing waivers and doing these different agreements is a problem. I've never heard of the whole insurance thing.
Yeah.
But
Through the chair, would it still be an issue if hypothetically, if we still have them come out, but we provide them with the candy to give out?
Yeah,
Just the regular candy we would already be giving out anyways.
And they would like, what if
We're
this,
doing drives at Goldman and all of that.
Okay.
so,
Do I have
so
to-
the candy was donated to the town or to the committee.
Yeah.
Could we instruct town staff to look through the candy? And make sure that it's not,
You guys give candy
Camper.
at the event.
Correct.
we get candy at the event. That's
So-
not what we're saying. We're saying
So is it-
if we give them the candy,
gave
like
them the candy.
the same candy that we give out to the kids,
Right.
it would just be getting it to each family, and all they're doing is decorating their car.
If you bring out your car and you make it really nice and decorated, you put music, and instead of you bringing your own candy to give out, we just give
We
you
just give
candy to give out. And it's still the same attraction of families getting to come, decorate their car, and participate.
Yeah, I'd probably still have them sign something. Just
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we can-
Our whole plan was to have them sign a waiver.
Yeah, waiver.
That does not have the town or us responsible for anything.
If you're gonna do it that way,
That was the plan from the beginning.
And it's more feasible.
yeah, and if they do something that they're only, and something that says that they're only gonna give the candy that we give
That we give
them.
them.
So something to that effect,
I'm fine.
I feel a little bit more comfortable doing it that way.
And this can this be like a form, like on the website that they fill out? It has to be like signed and notarized?
That's something that you guys are gonna show me and I'm gonna.
Right.
spend.
You're, the town is gonna draft.
You're gonna take a stab at it and you're gonna first.
so I'll amend like. My proposal item to just get rid of what we did last time, where we said we would charge 30. If they brought their own candy, and 50 if they don't. So can we just set the price at 50 for everyone? And we provide them with the candy, and
So I think we already voted on that. We already voted with option 1 and option 2.
well, now we're gonna.
Well, now we can't.
Now we can't do option 1.
Well, we voted for each one. We voted if option 1 didn't work, we go with option 2. That,
We will be charging 30 for each car if they bring their own candy and 50 if they don't. So in this case, they can't.
So yeah, option two.
It was
Oh.
already voted on.
Yeah.
So we're doing.
So through
But
the chair-
again, I thought the initial agreement was. I'm just saying for the sake of. Just saying for the sake of order of the event itself. If we agreed on something that was, it was, I didn't think it was an option thing, it was if they do this or if we do that, or would we still be opening it up? Like, I want something on the record that we agreed to not allow them to bring candy.
Through the chair, I think it was more so an option. It was like plan A, plan B.
Correct.
So when we try to do it with their own candy, now we're going to the other item that we did vote on.
Through the
From my
chair, it was
understanding.
only one item.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
two.
Well, only
it
one
was
item, but
motion
only
with
the-
no
Okay,
after.
so my motion is just for us
That's
to
fine.
not, just for the sake that town. Attorney came to the meeting and brought it up to us. Just for the sake of it, to put on the record that we are not going to allow candy to be brought into the event. That is not administered by us.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'm sorry. Through the chair, can you say that one more time?
The motion is to simply just not allow people to bring in their own candy. That's it. Just for it to be on the record.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, with a second, any discussion? And then all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes. I'm also gonna make a motion to this, and I'm gonna elaborate a lot more when it comes to this motion. The motion is for those participating in the Trunk or Treat part of the event. There are some set guidelines. One is no candy on their own. We have to provide the candy to them. Two, there is a set price from what we discussed in the past, which is the $50 to participate. Three, they do need to sign documents stating that the town is not liable for anything that happens because of them or to them or from them. And we'll draft the document for the town. And three, they need to stay in their position until we allow them to leave the area for everyone else's safety. That's my motion.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes.
Did we hear anything else?
Aye.
Mr. Chair?
You were good.
Okay.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You all good?
Yes.
So, just to, for everyone's sake, Halloween is our biggest event. I think it already surpassed sprinkling. Sorry if you guys hear a little whistling in the background.
No, you're good, bro.
That's my hearing aid going off. Okay. So Halloween is now our biggest event in the town. For our committee, it already surpassed sprinkling a long time ago. And it keeps growing every single year, and I'm sure at one point it will be the largest event in the town itself. I think we're already at that point.
Okay, yeah, through the chair, I seriously have.
Give me 1 second, let me finish my statement, please.
Well, you guys interrupt.
So, when it comes to this, we need to start working on volunteers. Dates to meet with the volunteers. And how we're gonna do this whole event. Although we're going off of our previous events that we've had in the past and going off of that type of schedule and how we do things. I wanna start just going over step by step and who's gonna be in what area, so we can start establishing leadership throughout the event when it comes to working with the volunteers and things like that. Diane, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so my question is more as to what's on the actual website for the event. On the website, it says Halloween event, and then for the sprinkling, I brought this up at the council meeting. For the sprinkling event, it says sprinkling Easter egg hunt. And my question is, if we're not gonna be mentioning things regarding like the holidays and things that allude to some sort of, celebration. We're gonna be more, gung ho, let's celebrate the environment or something. Why don't we just get rid of the word Halloween from the website and change it for, I don't know, like boo-hoo or,
So I have an answer for you.
Yeah.
First of all, the event's not called the Halloween event.
but it is on the
The
website.
Halloween event is called Nightmare on Montrose. That,
Okay,
and
so
the
can we-
website, hold on, and the website is not controlled by us. We cannot type in anything on that website.
Okay.
That is controlled by the town and the town council.
Can we?
So if you have concerns, you may go to the town council and ask them to change the word.
I can ask.
So as
Go
a,
ahead.
so again,
Please.
so as a committee, just so everybody that sees the website knows what we're doing. Can we have all of our events or request, we don't even have to vote for this, can you request for them to outline how the actual names of the events and what they're named. Because at least from my perspective, when I brought up the situations at the town council, with the whole Christmas thing, a lot of them were really just unaware of the fact that we weren't naming it the Christmas festival.
Oh, they
already.
were very aware.
Oh,
Because we
well,
talked to them
well,
about it.
Well, again, when I brought it up to them, they had, and I spoke with certain council members and they really just didn't have it. They voted for it, but they had no, and I don't mean to speak for anyone. They had absolutely no idea as to why the event was not called the Christmas, or any allusion thereof. I actually, because it was all the aspect of the religious thing, I also mentioned the whole, like I said last time, the resolution that the mayor passed in regards to working with religious institutions and how we were using the religious institution to get, I guess, the funds or what we wanted for them, but we didn't necessarily recognize the event as a religious event, which I think was a little bit disingenuous and hypocritical, but regardless, when it comes to the naming of the events, I definitely think it's very important. Because if we're going to name events based on holidays that are recognized by the state, by the federal government, whatever the hell we want to, base it off of, I believe that we should promote it in a way that everybody knows what we're doing. It's again, it's about diversity and equity and inclusion, right? So let's be diverse, equitable, and inclusive. And if we're going to name events by a specific holiday, let's do that. Because we have right now on the website, Halloween event, spring fling, Easter, egg hunt. And then I come to the meeting, I present something to name something by what it is, and I am told by you straight to my face, no. So I think that just to be, and so this is not an issue.
So
And
if I may
you were
interrupt, I'm gonna say straight to your face again, no, because the committee already voted.
Yeah, we're told.
But I already spoke
But
about, I already spoke about this in the
but
beginning of the
regardless-
meeting, our
but-
committee voted
But
on. this.
regardless of whatever the committee votes on, I have a right to speak as a committee member, just like you.
Of course.
And on top of that, I'm just making a point that we're not being righteous to how we're naming our events, and I don't think that's right. Regardless of the fact that the committee votes on it, if it's wrong, it's wrong.
Okay, that's fine, that's your opinion, and if I may tell, and I'm gonna answer a few questions and things that you said.
Go for it.
Naming different events, so for example, the state includes into their holidays, Jewish events, different events like that.
They're not,
They
they're not.
they are federal holidays,
No, they're
just so you are aware.
The
Some of them-
only federal religious holiday is Christmas. Go
To
ahead.
the chair, I just wanna clarify some things. First, I think we have these tens of $1,000s events coming up that require planning. And I don't think we should be caught up in the semantics of what it's named and not, and quite frankly, I'm not here. And I don't wanna speak on behalf of anyone else on the committee, but I'm not here for any diversity, equity, and inclusion committee. I'm here to run some amazing family events.
Your statement says otherwise.
No, my statement frankly was that I don't think many of us care whether it's called holiday event or Christmas event. As a matter of fact, it was already voted on, and we just didn't feel like going back going back on our emotion on that. It's the same with this. It's true, you do make a fair point. I'm looking at the website now. The names on the website do not reflect the names that we have given to the events. And I think that's something town staff can clarify. It's true, our event is the Nightmare on Mount Rose event. It's not called the Halloween event. You have a point there, but I just don't think honestly the point matters to the event planning. We need to proceed. We have a lot to go through. It's gonna be a long night. And I'd rather, me personally, not get caught up in the semantics of what it's named and not. And I don't think whatever we name our event is disingenuous. It's just a name. The residents enjoy it. And the council, I mean, you're right. I don't think they knew why we called it a holiday or Christmas event. Just like they don't know why we call it Nightmare on Mount Rose. Like they just know what we call it. I don't think that the council, these are elected officials that are serving their constituents. I don't think they really care why their committee called
And
something.
just so Moritz, and you can back me up, because you were there the day we presented it to them, they know. We went through the whole spiel of why it was called the holiday festival and not the Christmas festival. Okay, so that they may tell you that they don't know, but we are on record telling them that of what it was. And you could go look at all the committee chair meetings, at the council meetings that we presented at, or anywhere else that we presented that was live and recorded. Because Moritz was there at one of them, and he was there when we presented it to all the other committees and what we were doing, and they took it to the town council. So they are very well aware of what we were doing, and they actually told us not to do a Christmas type, it can't be called Christmas. You remember that, Mertz, at our committee chair meeting?
But that, again, that makes absolutely no sense. The council puts Christmas trees in the town.
They put
town
Hanukkahs
center.
too.
They put menorahs everywhere too.
They
Doesn't
don't
matter.
They put menorahs too, right.
they don't allow me, to put up a Christmas tree in my building. Well, why not? Well, because it's not the only holiday that is, that is celebrated. I said, okay, understood. What if I put everything else? That's something to consider.
And through the chair, I just want to say, I appreciate you bringing these things up. And you have a right as your committee member to express your voice. And I think it's good that you stand up for what you believe in. But I just want to reiterate that we are the youth activities task force. We need to plan these events. We've got 4 events we need to plan. And we've already been 40 minutes into this meeting. So if everyone's okay with it, I'd just like to move forward with like planning the Halloween event.
I
Agree.
Well, are we gonna call it the Halloween event?
Well, the Nightmare on Montrose.
It's called Nightmare on
Okay,
Montrose.
so the Nightmare on Monterey event.
Yes, and when I put Halloween on this agenda, it's just to make it easier so people understand what we're talking about.
Right, so when we go out and we
It's
change
still gonna be,
names of events.
no, we're not changing. the
Nothing's
name.
been changed.
The event has been named since the first time we ever did it, 10 years ago. So it's not changing its name. And we already voted again to keep it that name, way in the beginning when we made our whole budget.
Mhm.
So when we make our budget, our events are already named.
So there's a clear miscommunication between what we talk about here and vote on and what the town staff does.
That, unfortunately, that's not on us.
Right.
We do what we have to do as a committee, and they do what they have to do. If there's something there, we let them know and they take care of it.
And through the chair, the
We
town
don't do
staff,
anything else.
I don't think this was anything they did on purpose or anything, and I don't think it's a miscommunication per se. I mean, all the flyers that Jonathan generates say Nightmare on Montrose. They've always said Nightmare on Montrose. Maybe, his brain, he was typing this out and something went wrong possibly, but definitely not. I think town staff and Ernie does a great job, and I
You do
think
awesome.
Ernie.
No, I'm not saying that your work is by any means like bad or anything. I'm just saying that events have been promoted as specific holiday events. I do feel like this specific event is not being promoted as a Christmas event because my point is. that
Okay,
this
we're
event-
not talking about Christmas right now. We're on Halloween. So please, if you wanna talk about Christmas, we could wait until item 6.
Okay.
I'm letting you know.
Okay, through the chair, if I may, just to clarify, and if you think just to make sure that I'm understanding, it was clarified that if there is an issue with what we've named the event versus what is on the website, very simple fix would be to give that to the town staff
Correct.
Correct.
and the council on their end can make those adjustments.
Absolutely.
Okay, second thing, if the meeting agenda here says Halloween event, perhaps, as the chair has made clear, maybe it is for the ease of us to recognize that Halloween is the season. So we're talking about the season of the event.
Absolutely.
Okay,
There's a reason, if you look, none of these really have the name.
The full name.
right.
Bike rodeo, for example, bike rodeo, that's not the full name of the event. Bike rodeo is bike rodeo and safety
Safety
day.
awareness.
Right.
Yeah.
And safety awareness day. I don't put the full name there. This is how it's been for years. If you look at the budget doesn't say Nightmare on Montrose. It says Halloween. And that's been like that since before I even got on the committee.
I think what's important is that regardless of what we name it, the residents come out, they have a great time.
Correct.
And we provide high quality events for our residents, so.
I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to fight with people. I'm here to give back to my community, which I've been doing for 13 years. So I want to continue doing this and I want to move on from this conversation right now and start planning this event. Because we have a month before this event happens and it's the biggest event in the town. If you don't want to be involved, the door is right there. Please stop complaining and let us continue
I'm
to
not-
work as a committee.
I'm
We
not-
already stated that we're ready to continue and move on. Let us continue and move on because now you're going into the names of the events and we already voted on the names. So let's continue, please. Let's start. Anyone have anything on Halloween and how they want to do
Halloween,
this?
okay, so it is the same day as Robert Logan's homecoming. I know I said before the previous meeting, I will not be going to homecoming and be staying at the event. I have since been convinced to go to homecoming, so I will be staying for a portion for Halloween, and then leaving around, I'll let you guys know what time. I'm still working around the plans, but I will be volunteering and going to homecoming. Just to let you guys all know.
Through the chair, I will say Haley ran an amazing student leadership meeting through the Education Advisory Board. And we brought up the fact that since, a lot of kids from Goldman aren't coming, HML and Miami Dade Education Center kind of have to pick up for that. And both of the schools said they're more than willing to.
And we should
to help provide them.
also talk to Matter Lakes. We got a lot of
Yes,
kids from Matter Lakes as well. Pace, we could reach out to Pace.
So Laura's gonna talk to Matt.
Is there a way we could provide like an exemption? Cause I know students that wanna come out to help the days before. But it's always been like they have to show up the date of the event.
So unfortunately,
If they, like, if they're from Barbara Goldman, just because of the circumstance, if they show up to the setting up days and not that day, can we still give them at least a sec of the hours?
so here's the problem with that, and we've had this problem in the past where that's happened, because we did allow it once and it didn't work out. It takes out a chunk of the amount of volunteers we can actually have. The town tells us whether or not, if we vote on 300 volunteers, they're gonna come back to us and say no. And they're gonna cap us, right? And we've had that in the past where, no offense to Bowman or HMO, one of these schools had a homecoming. Half of the volunteers didn't show up, and we were understaffed and undermanned. So I'd rather not do that. Sadly, it's not my, no offense, it's not my problem or HMO's problem that you guys have homecoming. You get what I mean? Does that make sense? That's your problem. You can't come to the event. That's our guidelines that we've had for many years. If you're gonna be at the day of the event, I expect you to be at the other meetings to get your full amount of hours, and whoever's working the event knows what's going on at our meetings and what's going on with the event itself. I don't want people coming, showing up, and then not show up on the day of the event, and then we have no more hands to work.
And through the chair, just to clarify that, I think, your point has merits. It's just that it's one singular sign up link. So people can't sign up for specific days.
Right, but like, for example, could we provide an option where they're like, what's your school?
Yeah, I think that's fine to add a question when
Like
you're
the
signing
school
up, hey,
name.
what school do you go to?
And then,
I don't think that's.
cause like, if, obviously, we obviously
So
know
we could
that,
always get rid of the Goldman, no offense, but the kids that are at Goldman.
Well, the reason why we get the kids at Goldman, not for anything, is because we have a huge, we have a school teacher that works there, and she can get us that many kids, and it makes it easier
There
for
are
us.
plenty of other kids that are not going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we should let them know, we could even put that as a disclaimer, hey, if you will not be there on the day of the event, please do not sign up for this.
Yeah.
We've
Yeah,
done
yeah,
that
I
in the
think
past.
that's a better way of going about it.
I think we've done that
Sure.
in the past.
If you're like not, yeah.
We've done that in the past.
Or at the first meeting, we tell them, look, guys, here's the conflict. If
Yeah,
you
if you
can't-
can't come, we back them
Just,
out,
yeah,
and we open it up to more people.
so we're not, yeah.
We've done it before, it's not a problem. We need to figure out how many volunteers we need. This year, we're hoping if we're gonna do the trunk or treat, we're gonna need a few more volunteers there. And start working numbers on how many we need. I think last year we went with 120. I think we need to bump it up to 150. If you guys are okay with
Only
that.
gonna be-
1,000.
Hey, if I could, I've had I would have 500 kids, but I can't.
I think 150 is good.
Yeah.
You guys okay with 150?
Yeah.
We all, and just, you wanna clarify, because not everybody here knows why you're asking for one.
Correct, and there is a reason I asked for 150 volunteers. It sounds like a lot, but it's not a lot. Just so you are aware, the first time we ever did Nightmare on Mount Rose. And we had, I think Ariana was there, here when we brought 300 people.
From the Blockbuster.
From the Blockbuster over to here, we had 300 high school volunteers line up outside of town hall,
Yeah, it was fun.
and we couldn't take all of them. This event, it's not like the Blockbuster where we had 50 volunteers. This is 10 times larger than that. We're working with a haunted house, the pumpkin decorating area, the trick or treat area, the trunk or treat area now. Having just people as runners for candy, runners for water, soda, juice, or snacks. Having crews for the haunted house, two different crews I think we did last year, and just having manpower. And having eyes around the area. This is an event in the dark, extremely dark park. And we just need to have as much manpower as possible. I know public safety has been there in the past, the police department's been there,
4 light towers.
4 light towers.
That's
is
what we
there.
want, 4 light
I'm
towers.
okay with that. I think we talked about it last year.
Yeah.
We're 2 of them running and working.
Yeah, and we're talking about Halloween, and we're gonna make sure that, the day before, cause I'll be here on Friday, and I was told that I shouldn't have to, verify that, but I'll make it my mission
We need to
to
have 4.
make sure that they're working, that day.
Yeah, please,
so
we
we
need to
can
make sure
have-
the day before,
So we can have, enough time to swap them out
if needed.
if
Of
needed,
course,
yeah.
of course.
Okay.
You said 4, right?
Yeah, 4 is because, was another committee that had an event with four and it was clean. And one of them wasn't working.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah,
that
I
three-
remember.
We learned our-
That was our issue, unfortunately. we had to-
Cultural affairs. Cultural affairs, yeah.
So yeah, I'm okay with 150 volunteers. You don't need to vote on this stuff. This is stuff we've already done in the past, and we're just gonna go with what we've done. 150 volunteers on Eventbrite. What we do need a plan is the days that we're gonna meet with them. I know everyone doesn't like the whole meeting a million times, but I think it is important, especially this year, since we do not have the insight of the community center.
23, 24.
I do want to request police officers there with us every night that we meet with these volunteers, if we have no insight of the community center anymore. Did we ever talk to the Grams to see if we could use any of their buildings?
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you, no.
This isn't the Boy Scout building vacant.
The Boy Scout building is very vacant right now.
We would use that building.
My only concern with that, I don't know if you guys want, agree with this or not, my only concern is the park itself is already pretty big. The event, we wanna make sure that the event stays within the area, we don't wanna extend it too much.
It was just for volunteer meetings.
Oh, for the volunteer meetings,
Yeah, no, it was just to have everything set up, and then the day of the event, we take everything out and push it into the park.
what we can do is, we could go to another facility, we can go to Roberto Alonso.
We can,
And
we
you
can
need-
move everything,
there's nothing.
we could put everything, we've done it before, where we put everything, we did that once. Do you remember that, Ariana, where we put everything into the box truck? And yeah, and we set everything up at Roberto Alonso and moved everything the day of the Halloween event.
That would be a good idea because
be
with
better
the
than doing it
elections,
outside.
it's gonna
I
be.
don't,
hard.
no.
We've done
Let's not have
that,
our
we've done that
kids-
in the past.
Let's not have our.
The only other thing that we can do is,
Why do we make?
I'll find out what I can do, I'll tell you what, I'll give you my word, tomorrow I'll go speak with the Grams about that. Because there is a building that is vacant and is behind our park.
So I'm gonna make a motion. I'm gonna make a motion to allow Ernie to do that research and talk to the Grams or figure out a way that we can have our volunteers indoors and let him have the power to do that. And he'll let the committee know or let me know and we'll figure something out. And just so we could, if we have to stay outside, we will stay outside, but our plan is to try to go inside, so especially with the rain that we've had lately.
Yes.
The heat that we've had
Yeah,
lately.
man, it's crap.
And it's
I don't
just
want you
dark
outside.
out there. What happened last year, we don't need happening again.
Year before.
So we have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second in discussion. Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes.
Okay, point of inquiry, why can't we make the meetup times a little bit earlier?
Well, because of, number one, because of school.
But we have made them earlier. They are.
Like what
earlier
time,
than
what,
they used to be.
but what time are we meeting up?
It all depends. We have to vote on it now. I know in the past, we've done it at 8 o'clock, which I think is way too
I
late.
think that's too late.
I think
we should-
it is.
No, not eight.
No, it used to be. We made it early.
Yeah,
Like
We made-
4 or 5.
I'm okay with doing it at 6, but I don't think the 6 is before the sun goes down. I'm okay with starting it at 6. 5 is a little bit too early because people are still getting out of work. Traffic is horrible. At around 6 o'clock in the town, it kind of calms down a little bit, but it's
Yeah.
still bad.
Yes.
But I think 6 o'clock is okay.
6:30.
Yeah, that's fine. We can put 6 o'clock and start it by 6.
If I'm not mistaken, last year it was from 6:30 to 8.
Correct.
Start at 6, you could say 6 and start at 6:30.
So we need to figure out dates that we want to meet up with them, and I say we start meeting up with them the first week of October. I want to do a weekly one. Even if it's not a long meeting or a very dull meeting, I think it's good to meet with these volunteers and have expectations from them at every meeting.
How many meetings did we have last year? Just
Two.
two?
I think we have.
That was not enough.
No, two.
I can go with
What-
I think three.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I think
two
three-
semis.
I think we need to have 3, one of them at least be
We have-
informational.
We do 3. It was October 17th on a Tuesday, October 24th Tuesday, October 27th Friday.
I think that's too late.
But if we're gonna have
Oh,
meetings, we need to make it not from 6:30 to 8 and then like 6 to 7. They last year, they finished.
We finish
So
early.
why don't we do 6 to 7:30?
Brian,
Yeah.
let me,
Yeah.
Brian, let's do this, I was just thinking. Let me find out with the Grams first, if we have the availability to get one of those offices. Used for our, not only our meetings, but for our, the stuff that we have. Just because elections is coming up. I don't wanna jump the gun and get 2 or 3 days for meetings, and we don't have anywhere to go, anywhere to meet.
And can,
So give me at least until Monday.
So
So when your
as a
special call meeting
committee,
is up,
or no, we need to do a special call meeting even earlier.
well, that's what I'm saying, when your special call meeting, we can decide the dates there. Just,
Well, that depends
Suggestion.
on the special call meeting, and we would have to have it on the Monday, the seventh.
Right. Cause the point of the special call was to decide the award.
Yeah.
But I think by
I'd have to
that,
have another special call meeting,
can we just,
unless you give me the power, unless the committee gives me or you the power to just make the dates.
I think that'd be fine.
yeah.
If it's
You guys do have
three
the power.
days from 6 to 7:30, I think that's
That me
great.
and Ernie could just
Yeah, well,
discuss
that would be
days and
ideal.
times, and we should figure out the days. You guys are okay with that?
Yes.
So we'll figure it out. I know we've done it, I've done it in the past where I put the whole Halloween event together by myself during COVID.
So,
No, we couldn't meet.
okay,
So
I'm motion to give you and Emily the responsibility of setting up the dates for us from 6:30 to 8, or, you know, you guys are up.
yeah, we'll figure out.
You guys will figure out up until so, yeah.
Motion, do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion passes.
Andy, and to speak real quick on
Go
again.
for it.
So I spoke with Megan from Candy Nation, which is where we get our candy from year in, year out for the event. The total that we have right now would be 6 cases, 4 cases, 4 cases, 5 cases, and another 5 cases of different types of candy for a total of $3,236.10.
I think we may need some more candy.
Absolutely, no question.
I think we need a, no
Like
offense,
double
but I think
that.
I'm gonna double that because now we have the trunk or treat.
So that's what I was gonna say. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because, and Maurice looked into it, we are issued 15K
Well,
for this
that's if
event.
they, have they done the budget yet?
No.
Because we asked for a lot more this year. We-
Well, yeah,
we-
no, so,
We asked for 30.
so if we end up with 15.
Or if we end up with
Again,
30.
Memorial.
Plus 4, which is
Or
Memorial.
in-kind sponsorships.
Here's my thing. I think that we should consider, if you guys wanna bring out more candy, which I totally agree with you on. We can use the money that we buy the pumpkins,
I'm okay with getting rid of the pumpkins for
For that.
some more candy.
just that again.
How much are the pumpkins? Hold on. How much are the pumpkins?
Okay, guys, remember, everything has gone up in price, and this is not a set price.
I wanna
It's
go
by
over some of the
pounds.
statistics for you guys.
It's by pound.
Hold on, how much do we typically spend on pumpkins? Like,
So it's almost about between, don't quote me on this, you know what, quote, hold on, but I'll find out for you. It's
So
somewhere-
before you gets the number, just have this in your head, we went through pumpkins in less than 20 minutes.
I know.
Over 600.
So why don't we
pumpkins.
replace pumpkins for?
That's what
And
I'm
that's
suggesting.
a way of like, you know.
I'm okay with scrapping pumpkins, cause pumpkins ended so quickly, and no one even knew we had a pumpkin.
Wait, instead of scrapping the pumpkins, can we possibly look into the fact of having a
We should have a
pumpkin
mini
drive?
pumpkin
A
patch.
pumpkin drive, I can talk to the students
People won't put
for
rings in
SGAs
their
and athletes, and to start that pumpkin drive. just to see-
So we're doing, you guys are doing a candy and pumpkin.
We can do it all.
LHS, keep going.
But no, we don't want no big pumpkin, we want a little pumpkin.
Okay, that's
Please.
fine.
I don't need a 50-pound pumpkin coming through in front of
Guys,
me.
take into consideration, so our box that we purchased at Publix will, it's somewhere between 18 and 21 pumpkins.
That's a
But
lot.
keep in mind that one pumpkin may weigh more than the other, so you're gonna pay additionally a little more than, it's not a set price, in other words. You're not gonna pay $100 per box, you may pay 110, you may pay 112,
Correct.
105, it depends. It depends. So again, this is just an idea, guys. You guys are the ones that create, you know, the yeses and the nos here. Think about that, but we do want more candy, because everybody here knows candy went like
If
that.
I'm being honest
Okay.
with you, if you guys wanna do pumpkins, we could do what we did on the spring fling one year with those little plastic eggs that cost 10 cents, or not even like 5 cents each. And we sold them for like $10 each, for some reason. Do you remember that? The little wheels,
Yeah.
and we sold out of the little wheels.
Why don't we just do plastic pumpkins and that's it? Like, we're doing a lot,
That's not a bad.
we're taking on a
I'll
lot
tell
of
you that.
responsibility.
Pumpkins and stickers,
And it's cheaper, they can put whatever the hell they want on it, like,
and a googly eye, just one eye.
yeah.
We got one eye per thing.
It's a little easier.
I
One
could
little
look
pumpkin per
I could
family.
look into the, what Diane just said, I could look into the plastic pumpkins or little styrofoam
We
ones.
can make it an option.
We can look into it, when we do it.
But I need to know, so guys, keep in mind, it's 3,600 so each case is 1,000,
Of candy.
1,000.
I'd say
Okay,
add two more.
it sounds like a whole lot, but
It's
we
not.
all know here that it is not, okay? And bless your heart, for as much as you wanna do a drive for the candy, and I, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because you guys were great. Goldman was outstanding with
You're
that.
welcome.
But hey, who knows? Maybe we get a tighter sponsor from a very debt
Oh,
generous Miami Laker
That'll be fantastic, of course.
that owns a technology company one day. They've done it before.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Or hey, maybe a food truck company wants to sponsor. No, but we'll see. We do have an open
Can we go to
sponsor.
Homestead and pick some pumpkins?
No, that's even more expensive, believe it or not.
Oh,
But,
You don't think people come out for?
yeah, if I'm being honest with you, the pumpkins are something cool, the pumpkins are cool, but at the end of the day, the pumpkins will not suffice the amount of people at that event. It's gonna be a very small amount of people that get pumpkins no matter what. So I'd say I'd rather go away from the whole pumpkin thing and put more money towards either the haunted house, where we need money in, or the trick or treating area.
So what an idea, guys.
Well, to gratify everyone, let's just, plastic pumpkins.
I'm okay with scrapping the pumpkins.
Through the chair, I also agree with.
Cause it also
scrapping the
takes, it also takes us away, now that we have a bunch of committee members that aren't gonna be here because of
Yeah.
homecoming. I'd rather get rid of the whole pumpkin
Okay,
decorating
let's
thing.
vote on it though.
I just have more people
Who says
focusing on.
about scrapping?
That's what I was gonna say,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
we're gonna have all hands on deck, so
Yeah.
it's fine if we just
Motion
scrap
for
it.
Motion.
Okay,
Can I amend the
So-
motion to use that money to buy?
We don't have a
She
vote.
hasn't had a motion yet.
so I'll motion to scrap the pumpkin decorating at the Nightmare on Montrose. And, yeah. I'll second.
Motion and second, all those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, any opposed, seeing none, motion passes.
Can we allocate those funds to the purchasing candy?
We can't, you can't vote on it because if you're under 18, you can't vote on money stuff, but yeah, we can.
I think it was
We
just.
don't even have to vote on that. You can, we can.
Yeah, but it's,
Remember, it's one big event, so all the money is together. We don't have to allocate here for money.
what killed, guys, just so you know, what kills us, Candy Nation is not from here. So what kills us is the shipping. It's from Mata all the time.
Yeah, we can't.
I have looked time and time again. There, nobody sells the candies like Candy Nation does. The only other
Because.
person or a company or a corporate, Oriental Trading, but they are super expensive.
Yeah, because they're coming over from overseas.
They are super expensive. Either way, I'll look into it.
We already voted to scrap the pumpkin, so that's gone.
More money for candy.
I mean, it makes our life easier. So here's where. So just so you guys are aware, some of the things that we have had at this event is the haunted house. We got rid of pumpkins, so we don't have to deal with that anymore. The trick or treat stations, which this year I think we need to work on it a little bit better, having a set entrance and a set exit. We tried it last year. A little bit of a mess. And that it kind of didn't work because we also had the pumpkins in the middle of it. I think now that we're not doing pumpkins, it might be a little bit easier to control and have them flowing through.
Mhm.
Can't go through a certain exit. Maybe we could get barricades just for this area or have someone donate barricades just for the trick or treating area to have a certain flow straight through.
Down.
Yeah, that way they go through, then they go through the haunted house, then they go.
Correct,
through
they
the,
have that
trucks, and they
flow
go back around, and then they go be circling.
So, sir.
Correct. And I think it did work a little bit last year. It wasn't perfect, but it did help with flow last year. If you looked at the flow last year of the event,
Yeah.
it was a little bit better.
It was
better.
better.
But I think
Okay,
I do think we need to control the trick or treating station a little bit more too, because it also controls how much candy is going out at the same time.
Why don't we run the candy station? Like. So you have the Halloween,
The haunted house.
the haunted house, right? Why don't you run it right after the haunted house?
No. That's where the food truck.
That's what the food trucks are now.
Truck's done.
We only have that L, that L shape remaining. That's where we put it.
Yeah, I don't wanna change the layout too much of the event.
No, no,
Had a
no.
lot of success in the years.
Fine.
It kind of makes sense. You started the trick or treating area, you get to the haunted house and then you get the food.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense at the end of the day. So we need to figure out how many, I don't think we need to do, we need to figure out who's going to be there that day. I know the Goldman guys won't be there the whole day, so I want people that are going to be there the night of the event. You're not going to homecoming?
No.
Why? You're gonna be with us till midnight?
Wow.
Hi, your husband can put him to sleep.
So we have to.
I know, I should be there hopefully the whole night. I'm still working with my job to try to figure out if I take a day off or not.
I think you should.
Next day,
I don't know, I'm gonna go.
I might. Well, I'll be there late that day, but I won't be there. I should.
March,
I think we'll see five, I don't know.
So, Maurice, you'll be there? Okay, so how do we wanna do this? We need someone assigned to the haunted house. We need someone assigned to trick or treat, trunk or treat, and then the stage and costume contest area.
Before we do that, she had a quick question.
So yeah, no, just to like, for the chair, that day I'm taking the SAT and
That's
then I'm
fine.
also, wait, but I'm also doing like my last like auxiliary competition of like my school year, so I don't think I'll be there, but I'm
What
not,
time does it end?
well, it starts at 5 and we stay there until like 9 or 10.
What competition?
What kind of competition?
It's a marching band competition and I'm the soloist, so like.
Oh, you know, we're two on that.
Ah, I guess. Okay, so.
Yes.
You wanna do stage?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give the people that have been at this event and have done their stations to pick their station first. Moritz, what do you want?
Put him on the stage.
I can do, I'll do
You want
haunted
the haunted house,
house
yeah.
or.
We did both, so
We did like roaming haunted
I'll
house.
do trick or treat.
the runners.
Runners.
So if I can for haunted house, since it's our biggest area and our most controlled area, I would like myself and Maurice to kind of control the haunted house flow. That's where people can get hurt and get punched, and we need people higher in the committee to figure stuff out that's done this before for years. If you're okay with that, Maurice. And we could also run the stage and costume contest, that's easy. This year, when it comes to the costume contest, I think we need to do tickets for it.
And we need to create a cap.
First come, first serve, or should we have it on Eventbrite as a ticket? You have your ticket?
Yeah, it's a free thing, but I think.
And we're not gonna do by age group. It's just the first, let's say 100, not even 50 people.
Sure, even if I'm done with 50.
Everyone gets involved. It don't matter what your age is.
Well, we could always.
And everyone gets a little participation.
Brian, we could always separate it from adults and just children. It doesn't have to be age. We could just go
That's true.
children and
But we
adults.
could do like an age group, like for example, 1 to 13.
Sure,
Or 1 to 12 and 13 to.
Sure.
And 13 plus.
sure.
13 to old. There you go.
I don't know about putting them.
I'll take offense.
13 to Miss, okay, how about this, 13 to Miss Sopo's age? So I'm okay with that. In the past, we've done it by age group. In the past, we've done it by age group, and it was a little bit unorganized, and it gets a lot harder to do because the more people, I'm okay with doing 2 groups, having kids and having 50 in each group at most.
So two gift cards?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, for first place, and that's it, and then honorable mentions, and that's it.
Why can't we do like just superlatives?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Like so much work.
Like the best, no, everybody submits, everybody gets a ticket, the best. Like, I'm looking at it right now, like the scariest.
No, that's too much work. We'd be first, second, third place.
I think we talked like 1 year, either 2 years ago, and it
It
just
was
like,
a mess, yeah.
it was a mess.
We did
It was
that.
really
We did do
bad.
that one year when we had ribbons like that, yeah.
Yeah.
We had over 150 on stage.
For a group.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, when is this gonna end?
Plus, the person
It's a
who
huge
gets
event.
really-
Yeah, you don't wanna.
So, yeah, I'm okay with just doing the 2 groups, so 1 to 12, or 0 to 12, because people bring their babies there.
Who was at the stage last year?
Gabby and I.
The
Can they,
three.
can they continue doing it? Okay.
I won't be there.
Melanie, are you gonna be?
You'll be on homecoming.
Maybe.
Oh,
you-
look,
and then-
I volunteer Lola.
What day is it?
Although she's not on our committee, I volunteer Lola.
October
26th.
26th.
She's
Are
been
you
here
free?
long
I
enough.
might be scoring you at that.
Never
To
mind.
see. I have to see.
But I think Melanie.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, we gotta go Viella.
There it is.
Wait. Seriously, why don't you join as an adult member?
She's not adult.
No, him, he's 18. And then we have an open spot for a student.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
He turned 18 the other day.
Okay, so.
Okay, guys, fix the agenda.
Let's hurry up because poor officer's been here for like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
I need to go to bed in like 20 minutes. Let's go.
And now we lost.
So I'm okay with that for the trick or treating area. Wants to take that on. That's
What?
the trick or treating area.
Trick or treating.
Yeah, got it.
That's the hard part, yeah.
Old people.
Oh my God.
Well, I have a couple, no, no. That's right. Well, he just, what was that goal?
Whoa,
Yeah. We'll have police officers there too, so you can, it makes it a lot
You
easier.
do need someone for the trunk or treat area. I'd rather have an adult there.
I mean.
You guys can also work on it.
So I shut up.
We could keep that one kind of mature.
People.
We could kind of keep that one kind of like together with trick or treat because it's candy and everything.
Put me wherever you want. Yeah, we'll set up.
So we'll figure it out. I need someone for runners. I like my young people.
Well, that's where we're, oh, you mean in terms of the runners, no. Age discrimination. Ages
Oh, you wanna do a runner? I can make you a runner. Are you gonna be there that day?
No, I have one.
You are.
I'll be there.
You wanna do runners?
Deal.
That's pretty easy though.
We never had a new member introduce
He's not,
herself.
he's not a member yet,
Oh,
but he will be.
next meeting.
But he's almost there, he's almost there. And he's already.
Ariana, you're okay with the costume contest fun stuff too. The thing is, Ariana, myself, and Maritz, for those that don't know, we're usually running around this event no matter.
Yeah.
You could probably put Leah to help with the range.
Yeah, we can do that too. We'll figure it out.
In case.
But I just wanna get an idea, so you guys know, hey, this is where we need help.
What an inquiry, why are we, okay, so now that we have to give the candy to the businesses, why do we have like two separate sections for trick or treat and then the businesses? Do we just,
It's not businesses.
I mean,
The
the,
residents?
the
For
resident.
Trunk or treat?
For the trunk or treat, cause like if we're gonna be giving out candy, like why do we have to split the candy? The trick or treat in two? Why can't we just do either a trunk or treat or a trick or treat?
Because why not?
Because that's just-
Voted for it.
No, we vote on 1,000 things, but I'm just saying, it's,
Because it keeps the volunteers active and doing something, because if not, then we get rid of the volunteers. And we lose kids getting kids, but it's get to do something and make a difference.
It's
in
a way for
community.
the community to participate, is they wanna decorate their cars, people like to do that.
right, we have beautiful, but then why do we have the trick or treat?
Because we get our volunteers to do something. cool.
Also, that too.
It's more community engagement. It's all about community engagement. It's not about giving candy, because at the end of the day, last year we ran out of candy in less than an hour. And the kids were still there interacting with everyone.
Right, but what I'm saying is, why don't we just like combine?
I would not combine it, because first
Just
of
put
all,
volunteers to work within,
we
that's, you know,
cannot,
unison.
we cannot do that. Because those people are not vetted to work with our volunteers. Believe it or not, in this committee, there's a background check that we have to do as adults to be on this committee.
Right.
So with that background check, we are vetted to work with these volunteers. Without that background check, you cannot work with volunteers at our events.
I'm just saying, it's like, it's a lot, because we're having candy and like, I get it, you know, more engagement, more stuff. But we're, you know, we are analyzing, it's a huge event. So I'm just saying, it's more division, like,
Okay, so
we're
here's my
spreading
question.
ourselves a little bit too
Here's
thin
my
with
question,
candy.
for the ones that will be there that night during the event, are you guys okay with it?
I'm okay with it.
Then we're good. All right, let's
Yeah,
move
but
on.
that doesn't negate the point I'm trying to
I
make.
understand your point, but at the end, I already said that it's a community-based event. If
yeah,
you- If you
beautiful.
get rid of the
But-
trick or treat area because of the trunk or treat, then you get rid of volunteers. If you get rid of the trunk or treat area, you get rid of the other resident engagement. So I don't see a problem with why we can't have both.
Either way, we're gonna run out of candy.
We're gonna run out of
Either
candy no
way,
matter
if-
what.
every
So
year.
now this year we'll run out of candy in 5 minutes.
No, we're ordering double candy, so it doesn't matter. We just keep going until what we can.
Do what we can.
If
But
we-
we have to be realistic. We only have so much money.
I know, and I understand that, and we already eliminated one thing to get more candy, and that's fine.
Diane, just keep in mind, the beauty of this all, believe it or not, is this is gonna be our first time doing the trunk or treat. So no trabaja. Guess what we're not doing.
Scratch it. And we've
So
done that
we give
before.
it a try. But that's the great thing, we give it a try.
Mhm.
That's the great thing, we give it a try. Everybody, there were more people who liked it and didn't like it. I was one, even though I don't have to say so, wasn't too fond of it because like you said, the candy will run out even faster, right? But what Brian said, there is a community engagement and that's what we want. We want the community to come out and help us out. So we'll see how it runs.
So at the end of the day, what the council is looking for, what the town is looking for is for community engagement. And getting residents out there and getting involved with your community. This is one way to bring even more people and feel like they're doing something for their community. You never know, someone may be having a bad day, bad time, a bad year, and this might lighten up their mood. Who knows?
Do you guys have an area already for that?
Yes, we do.
Where-
The parking lot.
The parking lot, okay, so is that gonna be closed off?
This year, we're closing off the parking lot. I think we're gonna have a separate parking lot for our committee members to park.
We could, if anybody here has their vehicle, they could park inside the parking area, but we could have a designated area for trunk or treat.
Correct, that was the plan. So we'll work it out. We'll also, one day, we need to meet you and me, or us. And we need to figure out where we're gonna do the trunk or treat area. We'll go over the whole thing one day. And then meet up.
What are the requirements for a volunteer?
So volunteers have to be in high school. Unless you're in the committee. Volunteers do need to be in high school. I know we used to do middle school students, but that became a big liability issue.
Yeah.
Where the parents had to be there with the kid. No. And it was not fun. So they have to be in high school.
Yeah.
And have to prove they're in high school. I don't even know. But yeah, and then requirements when it comes to that high school volunteer, they have to show up to get all their hours, they have to go to all the meetings. As well as the full event for the full amount of hours that we're doing. That I can just try to figure out, so we'll figure out those hours later on.
I got fixed in my school, so that won't be an
You
issue.
guys are good now?
Yep, we're good now.
Back to $100.
Yeah.
Another thing that, so we could just hurry up here, because we're almost done with this. If you guys know anyone that could donate costumes, decorations, we always take decorations and costumes. When it comes to the student volunteers, I know in the past we've given extra hours for new costumes. We don't need no smelly costume. Someone tried to give me a sock last year. And it was not a brand new sock.
But it was horrific, right?
It was very Halloween.
I literally looked at him, I said, turn around and put it in the trash. Hold on. Done.
What task am I assigned to at the event? since I-
So, I'd rather put you on the stage with the costume contest.
No, Angie's.
I'm gonna be at homecoming.
So then who,
Ariana.
Okay.
Sorry, Brian, can you need costumes?
Cost, well, the biggest thing, not even costumes, we kind of get around it with the volunteers bringing costumes. It's mainly decorations. Even old decorations. If you have an attic full of old decorations,
Yeah.
I'll take a Christmas decoration.
Any,
for all of
any props, Pilar?
We've done it.
We
We used to have a
Pirate
Mickey
sword, a
Mouse
hat,
with no
like I said.
Hey, when I tell you, we used to have crazy decorations, we had a Mickey Mouse with no head.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
We had the Easter bunny,
Yes,
the
because
bloody Easter bunny for some reason.
after mine broke the head off.
You remember that?
It, cause, yes, we
You
hung
guys,
it from
okay,
the,
and he broke.
we didn't break
Because it started raining, so he just got heavy, he snapped in half, and we had a headless Mickey Mouse.
It was the year after me, okay?
Also, point of inquiry for the event.
2016.
For the event, we're allowed to promote it to as many people as possible.
For sure.
So.
I highly recommend that.
Uh,
You got social media, you know what to do.
I wanna move on,
use it.
I wanna move on, so we can go through, everyone's good with Halloween so far?
Yeah.
If, just so you are aware, yes, I know we might have a emergency meeting for the leadership award. Just keep in mind, there might be an emergency meeting for this event, it usually happens like a week before, a week or 2 weeks. Well, I try not to, but there may be, what if something happens or we have to figure something out or change something?
Can we have it go over there so we can, oh no, we can't, we have to have it here.
The only way we could do it over there is if it's a subcommittee, and then it has to come back to the committee first.
Which we don't have another, wait, do we?
The next meeting would be the 17th.
That's.
That's what's
So
currently
what's the
on.
point of subcommittees?
Subcommittees are to plan stuff, so we don't have to do this
Yeah.
and talk for 3 hours, and they bring it to the committee, present it, and we vote.
Our data title.
But I try not to do subcommittee meetings, so we don't have to meet 12 times a month.
Yeah.
Memorial.
Before we finish Halloween, we have.
Yes, yeah, we're gonna go
Food truck, let's talk about food truck, so we
really
can
quick,
leave.
and I'm sorry.
Yes,
So we have, how many food trucks are we gonna have at this event?
Oscar, how many food trucks are we gonna have?
I think last year we did 8.
I think we need to go for 10. I think we did 10 last year.
I think it was fine with the flow, right?
Yes.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Problem was having the line.
Oscar, me encantó the kids zone, me encantó that you brought out the people doing the haircuts. I don't know if it was for that event or not, but I thought it was really neat.
It was.
It was, yeah, you guys have the
Was-
haircut.
So
Getting a
cool.
haircut.
I thought it was so cool.
They did free haircuts for everybody all night.
That's pretty.
I almost got one, but I was so busy. I couldn't-
Candy
Almost got
donations
one,
wouldn't
but-
be bad either.
but-
Candy donations to the town.
We did that, we've done that in the past, wait, we've actually done that in the past where, when. I know Ariana has been here when we did it, where the food trucks brought in candy too.
That's not bad.
If you can help with that, though.
But they either gave, I don't think they gave it to us, so I think they gave out their own candy.
Yeah.
Or
We
we
can
can,
count on something from us.
you guys can give out your own, you guys have insurance, you have all of it.
Yeah, he has all our stuff, so he's
So
good.
they can.
They even, yeah, in the past, we've had the food trucks giving out candy, or they gave us candy, or we got candy, or we gave them candy.
Si quiere poner, have each truck poner una mesita. And,
To also give out.
yeah, and we'll provide you with 1 or 2, volunteers to help you out.
Perfect.
And they can pick up the area when you're done. I know you tend to do that,
We do.
but we can have them pick up as well to help you guys.
Yeah, integrate them.
Yeah, man.
As far as tents, like, on the other side that we usually do. If
To
you guys
decorate?
wanna do tents as well for like sweets and like cotton candy and stuff like that, that's not a food truck. We did, I think, 5 last year that were like selling like the sweet stuff, like strawberries and just random stuff out of an actual tent.
I do know that a lot of the adults are up for, even the kids are up for it too, a cold brew coffee or whatever.
Yeah.
Coffee didn't have
We have a coffee.
And a snow truck.
We have a few of the, we have everything for the kids. We'll make sure to have like.
And it's
The ice cream.
the truck, they do have, they
That's
do,
the
I like
first
your
one.
truck.
The Tumbas will be there.
That's a good truck.
For the kids' activities, they're still doing the bounce houses. I had in my notes light towers, you guys are gonna provide some sort of light,
We're gonna try it for 4.
If you can help by the more
No
than.
more than that. You want-
we in our trucks all provide light, which helps out a lot
Yeah.
from all the
Yeah,
trucks.
yeah.
But mainly for like the kids area or for anything else that we do somewhere along, in the middle area, that's the dark. And all along the path, all the trucks light up and everything that we do along the
Yeah,
path.
I remember they have an industrial
Yeah,
site.
so. On that side, it wasn't dark. I think last year, the only side that I kind of saw was dark was the entrance of the Hansa House.
Correct.
That
That's
whole
what we
corner
need.
back there, that's what we're gonna put.
That's what we talked about last year was putting.
This
one
was
there.
the only issue that I saw with lighting, because everything else was pretty much, at least the
Maybe-
path was lit up. The middle part wasn't as much,
We used to
but
light it up with
we'll get
lights.
some light
And
towers.
it wasn't light
Be fine.
towers. We used to have like actual like lights, like Halloween lights and different inflatables up there that just light up the front of the house. So if we get our generator out there and we can.
We do wanna make
We had strobe lights and red lights and everything all in front of it.
Well, yeah, and we have strobes.
I
And we
mean,
have,
I wanna do strobes, but we could do the red lights that spin like the police lights and different little lights.
sure.
Those are usually cheap too if we need to buy any, so.
I don't believe we have that, but they are relatively
Yeah.
inexpensive and we can get that.
So kid zone, same kind of kid zone that we did for Easter.
Yes.
Okay. And then on my end, you could count on, I guess, anybody that will bring in, I'll ask them to bring in candy or provide us with some candy, so.
Sure.
At least on all other vendors in the food truck.
Thank you all,
Help
I
to-
appreciate that.
For the cost of keeping some more candy on the park, so,
Thank you.
yeah, anything else for
Do
Halloween?
you know anyone that does barricades?
I have a company that does barricades and does portable bathrooms and.
Are they relatively expensive for barricades?
You have to get a quote, it's all by.
Well, let's say for the
foot.
trick or treater.
It's by the foot.
Economy.
What do you need for barricades?
For the, at least maybe just for the entrances of the.
The
entrance-
candy,
The
that's where the
entrance and
candy
exit for
is.
the.
What we're using for our kids zone, we have barricades, but obviously we can't cover the whole area, but we've used kind of the construction.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I would rather just
Like a
have
row and
two
just
on
kind
each
of
side. I would literally need 4 barricades. Two on each side at the ends, and then we could caution tape as much as we want on the sides.
I think that you should look into the construction, roll that I'm telling you about, because it's the easiest and it's the cheapest,
That's what we-
buy by the roll and.
The yellow wall.
And
The
you,
yellow or the orange? I don't-
yeah, you kind of just put the sticks on the floor and just hang it on and it gives you a nice size barricade. Obviously, you could come over if you needed to, but so can
That's
you,
what- So that's what we do every year is we wrap these things and we connect them with caution. It's just mainly for the entrances for control, because last year we tried to do the tents.
Well, the control wasn't that bad, so was it? I don't.
No, but I think that idea is great, so can we look into those,
At least 4, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, so we can have someone standing there controlling how many people come in at a time. Let them go through, let more people in, so it's just not a
no.
ocean of people.
And we're gonna do it where
I'm okay
there's
with
only
this.
one entrance
only one
and
entrance.
the exit, if you wanna come back around, then you can.
Correct, and I'm okay with having 4 barricades, that's all I need, I don't need to barricade the whole thing, just 4 barricades, just 2 at the entrance, 1 on each side, and 2 on the back, and
Because the
having
rest, we're
people
gonna
in.
have the tables. The
Yeah.
tents that are gonna be.
And the tents can cover the rest.
The line last year started from the food truck side or from the,
By the haunted
from the,
house.
from the haunted, because, I mean, I'm looking at it, I guess if you park over here and we're walking the park that way, right? So we
Yeah.
have, all along the side, we have the food trucks. Which way was the haunted house entrance? Did it dump you into the food trucks or did it dump
Yeah,
you
we
towards
did
the
it
trick or treat
purposely,
side?
we did it purposely to go through the food truck.
Correct.
So that was the line, right?
Yeah.
And then you will go in and it'll dump you out the other way.
So they can.
Yeah, but you know how it is, man, you have little Timmy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, all right, let's go.
So it'll be the same flow this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going from the food trucks towards the other side of the park, towards the trick or treating, then haunted house, it goes in that flow.
Fuck around, okay.
So that's the flow we want, maybe if we even change the entrance for the, oh, and that's why we changed the haunted house entrance. Remember they crossed this time into the haunted house, they crossed in front of the haunted house into the side entrance, before we used to do it the other way. They crossed
Oh,
inside
yeah,
the
yeah,
haunted
yeah.
house,
yeah,
went in the opposite way that we used to do it, and came out towards the food truck.
yes. I
We
remember.
changed the whole layout last year and it worked a lot
And it
better.
worked,
Yeah,
it was a
it worked a lot
lot, it was a lot smoother,
It's smoother, yeah.
a lot smoother.
Instead of having them go through the original entrance that we used to have.
have smoke machines for that?
Yep,
Yeah,
we have a company that does all that for us, lighting,
light effects.
not as many decorations, but they usually bring a pallet or 2.
And what they left us some decorations, which I thought was very nice of them.
So, I think we're good with Halloween for now, if we need to call a special call, I will do that. We'll figure out those meetings, me and Ernie will meet for the volunteer meetings, but we need to make this flyer ASAP.
It's already done.
Perfect, we need to put it on the Eventbrite for volunteers.
That he hasn't, Jonathan hasn't done, I will make sure that he provides it.
And
He's
can
gonna
you
open it.
put wording on there of, but let's wait until we figure out those dates first, until it goes on there, so we can put those on the sheet,
Okay.
on the sign up sheet.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome, I think we're good with Halloween, any other questions, so we can move on, so I can go to bed?
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to item 6, which is the holiday festival. I wanted Oscar to come as well to this meeting, and I'm glad he's here. I know we had talked about this holiday festival type of deal. And I know you guys were gonna help out a lot with it, so I know it's still early, but we gotta start planning this.
Absolutely.
I don't know what ideas you have for this, I know you talked about having food trucks, obviously, and different activities.
Well, we wanted, what's the exact date that you guys have planned for the
We had,
original, I guess it's movies at the park, right? The original
Ariana, do we have a date for that?
agenda?
oh, we had it.
So.
December.
Did it already change officially from the movies at the park to the holiday festival? So are you guys still planning on doing an actual movie at the park?
Yes.
In the festival, in the holiday festival?
While it's
Yeah.
going on, yeah. that's
Okay,
fine.
so the idea that we had, and we actually have a partnership, a sponsor with us that's working with the drone show, which I wanted to present to the town. The drone show is basically 200 drones, they go up and they do different, figures, different logos. Basically whatever we wanted to say based on the theme. So if it's a holiday theme, we'll do something related to holiday. We have in the past done sponsored logos, which will be a great sponsorship for Memorial. Let's say this is something that the whole town from here to Miramar to Hialeah can see. Up in the air, they fly, I think it's 200-300 feet up. So, the idea is to tie this into the holiday event and to create an event for the town that is gonna be here for years, not just to do the movies at the park or do something more Traditional.
Yeah,
Holiday traditional.
correct.
Maybe if we don't wanna go with the Christmas, but for whatever political reasons, it is just a holiday spirit. Christmas itself is always a holiday
Oh,
spirit for
so
everyone.
within these, so just so you guys are aware, and I know we talked about the whole Christmas thing and everything, we have done this in our other events when it comes to holidays. We do include the different religions in our, because it's different holidays, right? So we bring in the menorahs, we bring in whatever we have to do, we brought in Santa. So there's different things that we bring in, but the event itself is tailored to everyone, right? Yes, we have these little figures, we even brought the Grinch in at one point.
Right.
You bring in different things, just for things for people to do, that's like bringing the Easter bunny to Spring Fling. So we could do different things like that, we could have a Santa area, we could have a menorah lighting, we could invite, I forgot his name.
Oh, Manny?
No, with the menorah, who does,
Well, what's that guy that has like 10 kids?
yeah.
Oh,
You're my
yeah.
wife.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We can invite them, we could do different things like that.
I was like, it's the guy with like.
So I'm okay with that, as long as we have to make sure, so this thing, we have to make sure this is a inclusive event for everyone. It's not just a Christmas event, it's a holiday,
It's a holiday, it's a.
it's a
family
celebration,
holiday.
yeah, like a hangout, like a family, like.
Oscar, just curious, would the person that you have the sponsorship with for the drones, would they be against flying over the lake?
We will have to fly on the lake.
Okay.
That's the only way. So when I originally was gonna propose this as a separate event to you guys, we would have had to use the field. Simply for safety reasons of, we need a cone, you
Yeah,
can't be
you can't
anyone.
fly over people.
Correct, so, in this scenario, which would have been the same scenario for 4th of July, we will have to kind of fly over the lake, It's the same way to do the fireworks.
As long as you can see it over the trees.
You can
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
see it,
yeah.
because they fly high
And then, and
enough.
also over the park is the straight air zone, is the.
We already got-
So.
We got clearance already
Yeah,
for,
yeah.
from FAA, so we're good in that sense. We're far.
Visible there too.
Yeah,
Away a little bit from the.
Yes, you could, we could technically fly a little higher, simply because when we were gonna fly in the park itself.
You're directly in the
The
flight path.
cone itself, you couldn't fly higher, because then you wouldn't be able to see it as good, so.
Right.
You gotta look at it as a cone, basically, from wherever it is, if you're flying, you gotta think it's like 200-300 feet out.
Yeah, so that's a good
Radius.
distance. So
Yeah,
you-
so you'd be able to see it,
visualize
so.
what you see.
Correct, so yeah, it was more of like just an overview of the event, it's not to plan everything.
No.
I'm okay with that, the original plan was to play a Christmas or a holiday movie, not a Christmas movie, you can play Frosty for all I care.
Sure.
Or
The
maybe
idea would
we
be.
play Elf again and try one more time.
The idea will be to have a holiday festival where you can have sections. So you'll have the section where they'll be playing the movie, which we'll set that up in one corner. And it'll have a time slot. It's on a weekend, right? We're doing this on a Saturday or on a Sunday. I'm sure,
Yes.
right? So you don't have to just play one movie. You can have time slots and you
Correct.
could say, hey, we're playing these 3 movies throughout the whole night. You could catch one of the movies, or you could come hang out in the kids zone area, or
Yeah,
you
or the
could come
food
watch a
court,
drone
yeah,
show,
yeah.
or you could listen to live music that we do on
Do
stage.
you
So
know anyone that does, I know we've had, our committee's done it before, well, we had the artificial ice rinks. It's not real ice, but it's like the plastic that you could skate on.
I've seen them. I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's companies out there that do it. I've seen them. So I think they set one up in Wingwood, with actual ice.
Yeah,
So
we did it once.
I'm not sure how expensive those things are, so.
Yeah, I think we did it once, but I don't remember how we did it.
Isn't that like really risky with the kids?
No, they send waivers. We do waivers for
For
everything.
everything.
Yeah.
I know that
We
we.
even do away
have
with the
papers
ride the
for everything.
horse or the pony at Springfield.
Brian, I'm sorry, do we have to vote on the drones or?
No, we don't have to vote today, it's just to get an idea.
Just to get an
Yeah,
idea,
we like it.
the idea would be, obviously, I mean, I'm not sure
Oh,
how.
we have to vote on it, I just asked him, he said no.
Yeah, so the idea would be to take advantage of the 8 to 10,000 people, I'm not sure exactly what the attendance is for Halloween. For us to kind of get the word out, it gives us a lot of,
That might be cool to bring.
there's a lot of people
Halloween too.
that come to the event that might be able to get a flyer or get something out that says, hey, we're planning something for Christmas. At the same time, the idea would be to not just do the event, but maybe to start advertising and exactly
We
start
usually do that. We
the
usually do that
promotions
at our
for it.
events, too.
I think that we should probably set up some lights at the park starting maybe November, so they could be there throughout all of December. They don't have to be a bunch of things, but it's just a little touch.
Like a
that we can start.
snowflake or like a,
So
yeah.
it's something that we're gonna do every year and that we start promoting it already. Once we're done with Halloween, with our Halloween event, we're basically on into our Christmas season to
So
start building up to it.
this is something, and for those that have been on the committee, it's some, like how you just said with the lighting and putting some lights at the park. I've been trying to do that for years and the town has said no.
It's too pricey.
But if we have a sponsorship or something to help us with it,
Can we do something where like, I guess like a week before or something, like every day leading up to the event, which I don't know,
Add more.
like.
Frosty showed up.
No,
I'm saying,
the
yeah.
town post something about it or a sleigh or something, whatever. And we start adding themes to it and then like,
So like on a
we
weekly-
build up to.
Yeah,
it.
to the event, yeah, I know what you're saying. That's something we could look into, that, it's not impossible, but keep in mind. Money.
oh yeah.
It all
Do you
comes
guys
down.
have a budget already?
No, because we're waiting for the town. That's even if they approve our budget.
Yeah.
But
that's for sure.
our plan was to get rid of basically movies at the park as a whole. Not to make it into that one event.
Okay.
So I think that's where we were, because movies at the park kind of died out.
Is there a possibility for us to raise and help you guys raise the funds?
Oh, yes, there is.
Yeah, because we could bring in sponsors.
It'd
we
have
could
to
bring
be
in-
a kind sponsorship. We can't, so we cannot do the fundraising. We can ourselves, our committee cannot do the fundraising, but outside monies can come in as a sponsor. Whatever, if you guys wanna do anything, you are more than welcome to do it and put it in as an in-kind or a
Well,
sponsor.
we can, we could create a sponsorship deck through our end and try to bring in, some sponsorship dollars to our end. Obviously, time is, it's,
Correct.
we need the time, so. The faster that we can say, hey, this is kind of what we're gonna go, what we're gonna do, we could start, pitching to sponsors. The bad thing is that at the end of the year, the budget for all the sponsors it's gone, and so.
Of course.
It's gotta be something that really makes sense to them, and it's gotta be something that's very catchy to them. I think the drone show for any sponsor or anybody involved that has the money to see their logo. I mean, we could even do a QR code that you can scan it from your phone, standing where you're at with the drones, scanning a QR code, so.
Yeah,
The promotion itself, it's insane, so.
That's
It
more
is
money.
expensive, so we do have to, we cover a lot of the costs from that. By what we do in our activities and our trucks and
I mean,
everything.
I'll do like something small for Halloween
That's what I was saying.
and
If you
then
do like a
use
sneak
that
peek,
as a like.
But that's a lot of work too.
You can, but it's a very expensive
And you have to
operation.
remember, you're in the rainy season too, so it's a lot harder to do stuff. You have to also get approved by the FAA.
I think the best thing that we can do is just announce it, and announce it, and maybe already have some
Sort of
pre-made
flyers or
flyers,
something.
you just pass those out.
Oh, we get the, and
Yes.
Save the date.
And didn't we talk about at one point putting up a video screen at the Halloween event? Figure that out.
Did we decide on December 14th or were we just looking at the dates?
I think we decided on a date. We have to figure that out.
Cause I'm looking, I
I'm gonna
looked
be there
at the past
anytime,
couple of
we're
minutes,
doing-
And you didn't find anything, yeah, we were just considering, we didn't come up with.
I don't think, yeah.
We'll figure something out. I'll talk to Oscar and I'll talk to Ernie in the town and see what date works best and we'll present it to.
Oscar, for sure, yeah, by next month, we'll be full-fledged with that, so.
Okay.
Now, hopefully, if anything, once cause we're gonna probably have that special call meeting for the leadership award, I can always add that into the agenda and just vote on the day and go with it.
Okay.
So,
The main thing will be just to have maybe some sort of a teaser out or some sort of a promotion, even if it doesn't give you details. On what's gonna happen that day, it's just like the holiday festival, stay tuned,
Yeah,
we're planning something.
The
We
Halloween,
kind of give out on Halloween night.
that'd be funny to bring the Grinch up to the stage.
That would be
Yes,
good.
please.
I feel like we could.
I mean, if you tie it into the event, you totally can.
We can figure something out. So we'll figure it out and I'll get with you and Ernie and we'll figure
Okay.
something out. Perfect. I think we're good on.
Rich
holiday
running
festival.
down the street with a drone in his hand. Like, why do you have a drone?
I think we're good there. We're gonna move on to sponsorship. Again, this is quick. We need sponsors for this committee, guys. Please, myself and Maritz have probably exhausted our sponsors.
Sponsors are tired.
Might don't wanna come anymore.
I need to reach out to my cousin. She is a partial owner of Valley Laser. So I'll reach out to her to see if I could,
Okay.
get us something.
I just need the stuff, but I already have the people that,
How about the sponsorship package?
for the sponsorship package.
Diane, yo te lo mandé. Yo te lo mandé a ti, a Melanie.
I don't think we have, like, we'll talk about that.
Either way, no worries. Mañana mismo, I'll send it to you. I'll resend it to you again. No worries.
Okay.
I got you.
Next, last but not least, bike rodeo. It's not this Saturday. It is the Saturday after. Please, if you can be there, that'd be awesome.
I'll be there.
It's gonna be a good event. Any updates? Yeah, Officer Amador, any updates for bike rodeo?
Yeah, the helicopter was gonna be a no, and I fought for it.
Thank God.
Cause I told them, listen, we don't have the helicopter, we don't have an event. And, so there was another asset that they were gonna bring that didn't really have anything to do with the event, and they're gonna
You know, we should
fix
bring,
that and bring the.
we should bring the big bear cat from the airport that has the giant ramp on it. You know what I'm talking about?
I tried getting like more tactics and stuff, so.
Have you seen that one?
It's still.
Yeah, it's a big ramp that goes up.
So the event is from 10, from 10 to 1:30, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I would really appreciate you guys being there no later than 8:45.
8:45, so
Yeah, just so we can have at least 35 to 40 minutes of celebration.
Even though I'm a pain, I love the reaction. So what time? 1:30? So I'll probably get over with 30 minutes.
Here's the agenda.
Fire rescue, said they can only be there for 2 hours, so I said 10 to 12, and then, we'll make sure that we get you out.
That's fine.
Corrections is gonna be with the fingerprints, they're set up.
Comfort dogs.
We got comfort dogs, we got 3 horses,
Oh.
so that's,
Police horses.
I think that's a big, what I told them was, you're gonna get them horses and you're gonna go through the farmer's market. And that's what's gonna get people like, what's going on over there,
Yeah.
right? What else? My laptop died, but I had more stuff. Yeah, these are coming out with,
That's what I. that's
with
what I
a big command bus, I mean.
Wait,
Can I speak to the?
we tell us all.
Talk to Ernie.
I'll talk to the address.
There's no address.
But like the starting point. You know what I mean?
I agree with you.
Yeah, right.
Parking lot behind the hotel.
Rob, what would you say is the address to the farmer's market?
We have an address, that's what I've been sending. to everybody. But
Yeah, that's what I got, Main Street.
Main Street, the technology died, it's 64 or something.
Yeah, but
like-
it's.
It's not this parking.
It's an address to like the Victoria's Secret. Like that address there, 64 something, and.
Where the old Victoria's Secret used to be.
So, no, everybody, a Main Street overflow parking lot. So kind of,
Behind the hotel.
and behind the hotel.
If you guys are in doubt and you have no idea where it's at, look for the farmer's market, where all the tents are at. It's in the middle of the street. And just go past the farmer's market, we're on the right-hand side.
Correct. We're in our original spot.
So just to
Our
clar-
original spot.
just
That's
to
a good spot
clarify,
too. And There's
we're gonna
nice
be there
tree
from 8:45
coverage.
to what
Till 12, right?
So,
12?
To the event.
Till
guys,
1:30.
guys, keep in
Okay, the event
mind,
ends at 1:30.
keep in mind that since we are not at the park. Coolers, tables, generators, all that stuff, chairs, they have to be put, tents, they have to be put back in the publicity trailer. Okay, that it's now we're doing a little more, and that's fine, I don't care, but we're doing a little more, so I'm gonna need some hands, okay?
So I think we're good with that. I had a question because now we're talking about the police department, all this stuff, and I know it's backtracking a little bit. Can we invite the police department to give out candy at our trunk or treat? And the same with the fire department. I think that'd be cool. Like,
And they can do it like in the fire truck and.
yeah, go with their lights and they have their. I know the police give out stickers and the fire departments can give out the little plastic
Can we not-
helmets and
we not invite Senator Rene Garcia? Cause like,
we can invite.
cause that dude has like, a lot of discretionary time.
That's a great idea.
We could ask him for money, like,
It's a great
we'll
idea.
put his face on there.
Absolutely.
I'll put it
Done it. We have done it before.
I'll
We've done it
tell,
when,
I'll
Bobo was the commissioner too.
We'll get Bobo to.
I'll bring it over, but
No, that's.
the only thing I'm thinking is the officers that are doing that,
Están trabajando.
and that's the thing, that either you're security. Or you're me, where I'm kind of running around, but they already kind of X me out because they know that I'm running around. So those 2 or 3 officers that are doing that aren't doing the security aspect, so then you need
Correct.
more,
Right, yeah.
because they're
I mean, that's-
concentrating on that.
I
And
understand.
that's the only thing that, because you're adding more.
We invite the fire department. to give
Fire
out
department
candy
would be
for a
better,
little bit.
if you wanna do that.
Bring the
Yeah,
fire.
and they do that,
And the
like,
fire-
we know, like, for
Can you
Christmas.
do it for us, or? that's fine?
I
Yeah,
I
they
can
give
set a
out-
request,
Okay.
like I did for the bike rodeo.
Is there a way where when we go talk to the council, we can say that, now that we're talking about the whole police thing, that for the new budget, that they adopt something where like, we don't have to pay for.
We did.
Okay.
We've done that before. I know me and Maurice went up
I
there.
don't think you guys pay for it.
We don't anymore.
We don't.
Maurice and I went and argued for that.
We have to fix the.
It costs, bro.
You remember that? Literally, Maurice and I went in front of the council and argued,
That's a big
that why
cost.
are we paying for the safety of children? And then that was it. Literally, we asked that one question, that was it.
He's off.
But, okay, so I'm good with that. We're good with bike rodeo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we're good to go. Any announcements? Anyone doing exciting things in their life?
I have an announcement, next Saturday, so a couple of days from now, culinary bike tour, they're going to be. I think it's full, but there might still be more space, it's great, everybody loves it. It's a night ride around the whole town and eating and drinking for the adults. Adult beverages, but it's super nice.
Gatorade.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Any other
Also,
announcements?
yeah, point of personal privilege, just for the record. I don't want anything to be taken personal, based on the comments I make as a committee member. There are times where I can say things that may be taken out of context. I don't mean anybody harm. You know, I appreciate the work we do. I respect the time that you guys have served on the committee. So I want that to be highlighted more than anything. I don't mean to cause discourse, but I do mean for everything to be done in a way where my values are not compromised. So I just want to put that out there. So, yeah. And then my announcement is, my nonprofit, we're hosting like a little virtual conference tomorrow, not tomorrow, sorry, on Saturday. We're gonna have multiple speakers coming in, a couple local organizations are gonna be like co-sponsoring it. It's called the Florida Alliance Conference. It's on Zoom from 11 to 1. You guys are more than welcome to join. Maybe it's free. It's not something, if you're not doing anything, you guys can always join.
Awesome, thank you.
Ariana, I forgot to say this earlier. Can you add to the minutes, Pilar was here?
Yeah, she's on
Okay. I think that's it. Anyone else have any more announcements? Perfect. Motion to adjourn this meeting at 8:48 PM. Do I have a second?
Second.
Meeting is adjourned.
When you bring the job on that. Second.
I gotta work at 3 in the morning. Oh.
Wake up at 4.